We're back with silent letters in the English language. And this time we're looking at the T, the ta. Yes, the T can be silent in a lot of words. That's the problem with English. You're not given any kind of warning. They're not a set of letters that you say, oh, these letters are silent, while other letters are always pronounced. I would tend to say, no, I can't, because the Z, when the Z is in the word, it's never, I can't think of a word where it would be silent. Okay, so let's look at the silent T in words. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So how do you spell this? And we're looking at the silent T. Castle. There's a T there, but you don't hear it. Whistle. There's a T there, you don't hear it. And also the H you don't hear. And you don't hear the E either. And you don't hear the L. Whistle. Yeah, the only thing you hear is the W and maybe the IS. That's about it. All those other letters are ornaments. Catch. Watch. Patch. So can you imagine you never go to school, you've never gone to school, you speak English, you know all these words, you know all these words to say what they are. You're able to even define what the word is. But if you've never gone to school and if you've never seen the word, and I mean, I'm not talking about homeschooling. Homeschooling is school. I'm talking about you've never picked up a book, but you know the words, but you have no idea how they're spelled. So your first inclination, which is normal, is to spell what you hear and not understanding that there's a lot of words in English that have letters that are ornaments. They're there. They make it look pretty or make it look more Latin or make it to look more Greek or whatever. But the letter itself the letter or the letters play no role in the pronunciation. And that's what letters are supposed to be. They're supposed to be symbols to help you to pronounce. But letters have taken on, especially in a language like English, much more of a cultural, or at one time, the letter was pronounced, right? But over time, the word pronunciation, the pronunciation of the word changed. The letter stopped being pronounced. Why didn't they just remove the letter? Oh no, the letter's still there. So these are words you have to memorize. Butcher, keister or keister, kitchen. I mean, the T is not even there as a hint. You don't say kitchen, it's kitchen. The T is not even there as a hint. Chestnut. Now that the last T is pronounced, but not the middle T, chest. But chest, without the nut, the T is pronounced. It's nuanced, it's subtle, but it's pronounced. But when you say chestnut, it's not pronounced, not even a little bit. Christmas. Now, when the word is divided and you have the first part of the word, including the T, and then the second part, then Christ, Christ, the T is pronounced. But you put the Christ and you put the mass together and it's Christmas, no T pronunciation, but the T is there. Christ. Oh, accordingly, the T, oh, maybe I'm pronouncing it incorrectly because I would have said Christ. But I guess the T isn't pronounced, at least in some versions of English, Christ. Chalet. Now the T isn't pronounced there because it's French. It's a French word that has now been incorporated into the English language. And the T in French, a lot of times a consonant. Don't let me be saying rules. Don't let me be saying rules I don't know. But if I remember my French, the consonant, or at least some consonants, the if it ends in a consonant, it's not pronounced. For example, Illinois, Americans say Illinois, but it's really Illinois. The S is not pronounced. It's not pronounced, but I think both pronunciations are acceptable. Fasten, to fasten someone's support, fasten. Listen, not list, and listen. Bristol, bristle, bristle. See, I pronounced that T, and it's not supposed to be pronounced. Bristle, bristly, often. I've heard both. I've heard both pronunciation. Often and often. You must excuse me, it's 4th of July and I'm taping, and someone just loves firecrackers. So if you can hear the firecrackers, please excuse the background noise. You know what? I'm going to stop taping until, oh, it stopped. Because sometimes I can get very annoying. So let me share the screen again. It's 4th of July and people are celebrating. That is very interesting because I've heard often and often. And I think both are acceptable. The T is either pronounced or not pronounced. Soften. I've heard soften, but that's not correct. Mustn't. If I hear the T at the end, it's very subtle. Very, very subtle, to the point it's not there. Ballet, that's from French. As a result, you do not pronounce the T. Correct. Now I've heard ballet. No, I've never heard ballet. Ballet. I've never heard the T pronounced. Most Americans wouldn't probably know, well, maybe well, I don't know if they would know or not know that it's from French and the rule in French. But the way a lot of Americans, and I include myself, we know how to pronounce a word because we hear it pronounced 1 time, 10 times, 1,000 times. And I've never heard ballet. I've heard ballet. Valet, once again, French, the T is not pronounced. Because sometimes English takes the rule of another language without telling you, without explaining to you. Buffet, buffet, not buffet. Well, I've heard of buffet, but buffet, the buffet, and it's not buffet, it's buffet. Chalet, once again, French. Crochet, once again, French, the T is not pronounced. Gourmet, once again, French, the T is not pronounced. Depot, once again, French, the T is not pronounced. Debut, once again, French, the T is not pronounced. Debut, no, debut. Axe, axe. You know, I find it hard to say the C and the S, but but if it's singular act, the T, well, at least I've always heard the T pronounced, but if it's plural acts, no, I don't think you can. Duet, duet. Once again, that's French. The T is not pronounced. 2 people singing a duet. Duets. I don't think I'm pronouncing that T. Students, right? Students. I don't think I'm pronouncing the T. I don't sound like I'm pronouncing the T. Depot, I've already done that. Mortgage, a mortgage for your house. That comes from mort, which in French means to die. It's related to death, to die or dead. I think it's il est mort, that is, he is dead. Elle est morte, and you pronounce the T because it ends in the E and it's feminine. All at once these rules come into my head. Which, you don't pronounce the T. This is not the which when you're choosing between one versus the other. This is the which in which you call a woman a witch. It's insulting. And back in the late medieval period and the early modern period, they killed women who they deemed as witches. Notch, latch, key, hatch, hatchet, Czar, the Czar. The Czar was the ruler of Russia before the Russian Revolution in 1917. I've seen Czar spelled with an S and I've seen Czar spelled with a Z. There it is, Czar. Tsunami, 2006, the water goes out. And for a while you can walk on the ocean bed or the seabed because the water goes out, but then it comes back in. And when it comes back in, it doesn't limit itself to where it was as an ocean or as a sea. It comes back in and it destroys for miles and miles, a tsunami. It usually happens, I think, after an earthquake, a tsunami. I think the most famous tsunami was 2006. Okay. And have all the different silence. I didn't do that. The one with the BH, I didn't do the BH ones because they're mostly all foreign words. They're all foreign words. So, excuse me, so you don't see them. All right, so that's the silent T. And then at the end, you have all the different kinds of silence. The silent T, the silent H, the silent GH. So these are the cards that will help you teach your students when a word is silent, has silent letters in it. And frankly, the only way to learn it, well, if you keep seeing the word over and over and over again, but it's to memorize. That's what you have to do when you're a child. You have to memorize all these words. So that's what you do so that you learn how to spell them correctly. Coralla Ficklin McLean, welcome, WYLCOME, welcome.com. Thank you for coming into my video, listening to my video. Please share my video and please subscribe. I really would appreciate it. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to say thank you and I'm going to say goodbye. As I told you, it's the 4th of July. People are going crazy with these firecrackers and everything. So sometimes you'll hear that in the background. Please excuse it. There's a lot more than that you don't hear that I'm hearing and people going crazy. Because, you know, COVID last year, you couldn't celebrate. So now people are going crazy and they're celebrating. I wish you a good day. Bye.